Hello and welcome to the 2023 VNEA World Pool Championships brought to you by Omega Billiards TV. I'm joined in the booth with Scott Simonetti, and we've got the Masters Women's Teams 8-ball event. Team Chop Suey versus Team Maingles. Scott?
Thank you, Daniel. Like you said, I'm Scott Simonetti. I'm with Omega TV, Omega Billiards TV. This is the Masters division. We just had the men's master, and they all ran out. So I think we're going to see some good pool. Trying to figure out who won the break. So it looks like we have Olivia for Mangles. Mangles. Looks like she's going to, I don't know. I see a lot of people going off that, trying to get a piece of that second ball. And a little cut break. But it looks like it's dry. April got into play. Came all the way down to this bottom left corner. So up for Chop Suey is Chris. Table's open. You would figure solids is real nice with your easy 1-5 down. Sitting down here with the 8. But Chris is going to go with the stripes. Everything's down on that side of the table, so a couple good position shots opens it wide open. Don't have to worry about the 8, but you also don't have to worry about going up and down table. I think maybe she tried to tickle it off it. I don't think she missed it straight up, but maybe tried to get a little tickle off that bottom ball 12. But it's going to lead to Olivia back at the table after a dry break. You stuck with solids, which ain't that bad, but you know, you got to deal with that 7 and a 3. You got to look for something to bust them out. 6 ain't no bargain, but your 7 and 3 is a problem. 7 has no pocket at all. Neither corner. Gets rid of the 5. She's going to need an angle to try and either get on the 2 or go all the way on the 2 or get all the way down for the 4. Could hope she ain't that straight. Maybe she looks to play it safe. She's got a bad angle. She could get on the 2. Just a bad angle. Tries to pop it down for the 2. It's going to be short. She had that back angle. So Olivia's got to turn to switch gears, look safe, look for a good safe. I think the only clear shot you have to worry about is the 9. Just stay off of, giving her the 9. Anything else, even if you don't get the full snooker, you might not leave a shot. She's eyeing something up. She's calling a 2. Maybe she wants to try and kick it from behind. And she might get really fancy. Nope, she's kicking at the 4. Good shot. I thought she was going to get real wild. Legal hit slid off it. Just gives access to the balls. You know, I was trying to, that would have been nice, of course. Lock safe if she hits in the face. Just catches. Comes off thin. Not much for Chris. She could play safe, maybe come off the 9 and bring the cue down table to this bottom rail. Go off the right side of the 9. You know, you ain't nudging balls. Maybe she does the same here. Get the cue down to the bottom rail. Nope, she tried just to take one of Olivia's balls out of play. It did the job. But I think Olivia could come back and try her shot now. And try and roll to that 4 again. Kick to that 4. I know the 7's there. But I don't think anything's good for the 7. Like play 7, you're going to give up the 10. She could see that kick again. She just had the same type of angle. The one she just shot, she has the same exact type of safe. But she wants to work off this 7. Just got to tuck it more. Protect this 10 ball. Okay. She did it. Good shot. Yeah. Chris has got a nice shot. Just wiggle the 14. I would have came all the way up. I would have made even more distance so that Olivia has this 7 ball and she's got the same shot. So I would have tried to come off that 14 and bring it down to this bottom rail by the 8. So even if Olivia wants to shoot that shot, she's got to worry about distance and speed control. Right here, she's close to her work. You know, she might really nail her safe here. She might really put you in trouble because you're leaving her close. Still, again, I'd like to see her kick at that 4. She still wants to stay on this 7 ball, work with this 7. Well, I think Kim has a similar shot, but she could come off the 12 this time. She could rock the 12. She might nibble that 3 free, which also nibbles her balls free. And she could bring this cue ball all the way down by this 8. But she wants to go off this 14. I just want to see a little bit more distance this time. No, just doesn't want to give up a shot. Okay, so 7 ball still has no pocket. That's the mission. Don't let her be offensive. So that safe gets that job done. I think you could start working on trying to really get her. I don't think Olivia needs to be bumping that top. Anything on the top. 2, 6, 9. I don't think Olivia should be touching that. She might try and roll off the ball and get behind it. That's good, but don't touch it. Unless she's got that kick again. You know, it's still kicking. Yeah, see, now she might see it again. This is a good shot if she could plant it. Like, hit a good safe and, like, it comes out like you want. She could get it to come out like she wants. She might have called the ball, but even pocket speed. Good shot. Watch this. See, that's pretty good. Meaning perfect. If she got another little tickle, covers the 10 too. But this is tough. I don't think there's a scratch. I think she has the edge to cut it to the bottom right. So with a shot like that, with high ball, if you make the ball, she could roll into position. So shots like these are not good to give up to your opponent, or they could roll the ball and then just make it, and then they fall into natural position. We're going to keep it with the safety game. This is good. So here's where we're at. Same thing, but now Olivia's got distance. I think this little cue ball back on this back rail could have happened about 2 moves ago. Because I don't think there's a good safe at all. You got to try, but I just don't think. It's almost where you want to try and maybe pocket her ball, just take over the pocket. You know, slow roll the 7, make the 14. Hope it's just traffic. But this is tough. Okay. So until she frees up that 7, that's always going to be her issue, meaning Olivia. So here it is. I see it again. Same thing, 12 ball. She might be able to tuck it behind the 8. See, if she comes off this 12, it's so thin. Maybe you get a turn, you tuck it under the 8. Who knows? But I need to, I would bust that 12, 13. Just rock it. You know, not bust it. She could get there, same spot, off the 10. You know, call safe, cut the 10 in, and try and get this ball up table. But that last shot, Olivia did not like. So put her back up there. It's a great opening game. There you go. She's onto it now. Chris is onto it. Olivia's going to now have to make the move. You can't let her keep doing that to you. So, maybe she goes off the 6 now. The table did change, but I don't think you should be playing with that 7 anymore. You leave it down in that corner, she might shoot the 10 and run out. So it's more 6 ball looking. Okay. You only do what you can. Maybe try and nibble your 4 over there. You can't expect to make it and run out from here, right? So maybe just nibble it over. Good shot. Excellent. Wow, this is a great game. These ladies know what they're doing. They know what's a mistake, what not to leave. Awesome. So that one little shot changed this. Chris was in position. She had it. But now I think she's got this 10. Okay, she's safe. I think she could have made that. I think she could have pocketed that ball. But she's got Olivia up against it, so it's not a bad move. It's no right or wrong move if your opponent's in trouble. That was a good shot. This 3 ball doesn't have a pocket. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know if she could get behind the 10 ball to go rail first on the 6. But that might be worth it. It's getting to the point where you're in big trouble. It's not a matter of there's balls. Chris's ball's got position on you big time. She's going to try and glue something up. All right. Yeah, she wanted to slow roll and try and freeze that 6-10 up, rolling on. And I know people do that, but that only works for like a second. You know, it just looks good for a second. Someone's going to bust that up with ball in hand. I think this 15-12 will go, just how you see it. You know, it's easy enough to go off a ball into that pack. She don't have to shoot that combo. She could go off the 10 top rail and bust into that pack, you know, cut the 10, top rail, clip the 3. But she's going to get to it one way or another. She's going to bust it up. I just rather do it early. You know, that's just a style. Like if there's a problem and I got ball in hand and I got some sort of shot that I could get into that problem, I want to take it early. Now she's going to come off these balls and you really don't know where they're going to go. You don't know where they're going to go. We're not that good, are we? We got an idea. But I think she's going to try and bust these up and then hope for a shot. And it worked out. Worked out great. But that's a lot of risk for me. Not when I have ball in hand, you know what I mean? Okay. Once they had that great safety battle, it did open up. Chris got the first whack at it, and looks like she might clean this rack up. Just got to get this last ball down. Takes a step back. Well, that was some game for an opening game on our stream table. As Chris is wiping this 8-ball down, I could tell you that you can find us at Omega Billiards TV on YouTube and Facebook. All the matches that you see are recorded, and you could go back and see them on the YouTube channel, even on Facebook. So with that, we're going to see who's next in the lineups. So we got Danielle up for Maingles. And let's see who's coming up for Chop Suey. Not sure who's up. It looks like we might have Lonnie. I think Lonnie's in the player seat. So Lonnie versus Danielle, second game of our stream table. They're playing next door, and whenever we get a break on this main table with the commentary, we will cut to that second table, and I will commentate that one. But I just can't commentate both. I don't think you want me going back and forth, you know, just, and on this table, on that shot, she missed that, and, you know, it's too much. We want to focus in on Danielle. See where she's breaking from. She's kind of in the middle. She's not head on. She's not on the rail. But she's going to go at the 1. Nice solid break. Okay, so wide open spread. I think that's back-to-back dry breaks. Update on the score is 20-11. Chop Suey with the early lead. 20-11 over Maingles. Still in round 1. Early. Still a lot of pool to go. Looks like a couple position shots. Opens up the table. Yeah, just make sure if you shoot solids, you don't forget about that 3-ball sitting all alone at the top. Don't tell me none of you in the chat ever did a run out in 8-ball and forget that there's another ball, like that last ball on the table. And they're like, oh, yeah, forgot about that one. Yep, that's the 3-ball, so don't forget about it if you're shooting the solids. Runs out clean, shoots the 8 in. They say, oh, well, you forgot about that last ball. Team wants to kill you. You know, that type. But now she's real good on it. to go get it right now. If she could go get it right now, she won't have to go back that down table, up table again. Everything will be in the middle of the table. It'll be like almost back and forth, side pocket, left side pocket, then right side pocket. But go get this tree now. You got it. Pull up on it. Yeah, Lonnie knows. Lonnie's a player. Got a little short. She wanted to have a little more angle on the three to have just more control. Not a matter of making a shot. You know, less steep angle on this tree gives her more control. She'll be fine. She might even try and roll towards this 2-7 just that she has a blocker. You know, speed control. You got your 2 balls, your breaks. Or 4 ball, I'm sorry. So she's going to put a little bit of draw. Bottom right, pull it back a little. Stay on the right side of the table. All right, she firmed it. That's okay too, right? 5 ball. Little long, but the right angle, so you'll be okay. As long as you have the right angle, you could take a longer shot. And I know someone mentioned to me, and I do believe it's Lonnie. You guys would know in the chat. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if so, Lonnie, I think was told she's a Hall of Famer now. I don't know if she got it, recently, but I believe they said someone tried to throw it in there, so I had some sort of nugget. So if Lonnie's a Hall of Famer, I'm going to say these balls are pretty much out. But she's running out clean off a dry break, just like I guess a Hall of Famer would do. But she wants to get an angle so she don't have to worry about it. She wants to shoot the 8 in the top right. So you kind of got to just figure out to keep that angle for that. Okay, she let it leak a little bit. Whether you got speed control, you don't want to bump that 2. You want to hit the 7. Try not to hit the 2, right? But it's tough now. That little angle. She'll be fine. It's just a little tricky. So I think it's just got too much an angle to try and still draw, drag it. Because if it drags, then you got no pocket for the 2. I don't think it passed this 12 ball for the bottom right. Just trying to see, do I hit this 2 ball if I just follow? I think you do, Lonnie. I think you got to draw and try not to hit it. But it's a tough drawback to just hit that side pocket again. To get that pow. Let's see. You got the bottom left. So this is tricky. Looks like she's gearing up to put something, a good stroke on this. Winding up a little. Yeah, that's good. So if it passes this, just looked like it was snug coming down towards this 12. She could still cut it in the side. All right, so I think she called side pocket. So it comes down to speed control. This is a thin cut, so this cue ball is going to be traveling. Okay, just a little too much of a try and hold. It was thin. Yeah, she got that little funny angle on the 7. And she was aware of it, she took her time on that the shot prior to try and draw perfect, and she let it leak a little bit. But Danielle, after a dry break, is finally at the table. Hasn't even pocketed a ball yet. She's stuck with solid stripes. I know she's looking at that little cluster, but the 13 goes top right, so there's a spot to aim for. And then I think once she gets this first ball down, she'll be okay. Like she'll have so many options. Hey, Daniel, while we're waiting for this ball, maybe you could try and track down the teams and where they're from, home state type of thing. See where these ladies play out of. Chop Suey and Maingles. So we'll be pulling that up. Oh, look at that. Chop Suey is from Indiana, and Maingles is from Indiana. And now that I look at that, the one lady, Kim, did tell me that these ladies are all friends. So, there you have it. Interstate match. Okay, sooner or later, if she don't bump that 13-11, she's got to swing around it. So she's got the wrong side to get to it from the 15. She's straight on the 14 to try and swing it all the way around. But it's becoming an issue where you're running out of balls to, pocket and then float to get po to. You don't want to be the last two balls on the table. On no shot. Tough spot. But she would have been okay maybe if she had an angle on this 14. It'd be easier, even if you get behind it, to play a safe type of thing. But this is pin straight. Yeah, she was straight and trying to make an angle. And just a little bit too much. She's going to leave Lonnie one ball. And the one ball has great position to get to the 8. I don't know if Lonnie wants to try and float towards the left-hand side pocket coming off of this shot to get the 8 at that angle. You gotta be careful. You just gotta know that side pocket's there. If you're gonna start putting a right-hand English to try and turn it that way off of this bottom rail. I don't think she has to turn it. I think she just has to make sure her speed is there, that she ain't short. I think she'll get to that side of the table. But I think she's going to come to this top rail, look to get the 8 in top right. So she hit it nice. So that right-hand English, as long as you're aware that you're going right at that side off of this first rail, you're going to shoot right towards that side pocket. So she hit it real good, avoided the side, and got great shape on the 8. Danielle got an unfortunate break that she felt dead straight on that ball. So Lonnie finishes off. Made a good shot there to get on the 8. So why don't we try and cut into that second table there, Danny, if you could, and then you could do your score. Just switch it up for me. I know that's him at the table. Tina's a very good shooter. She's part of Team Chop Suey. I think she has the break. We're in round 2 now. Do me a favor and keep that where I can see it. Don't change it. Okay, here we go with Tina. She crushes him. So she goes right off the head. What a big break that was. Kind of got stuck down there, but smashed the balls. That was a real good break. So we got a score update starting to here. Getting into round 2. Chop Suey has a lead of 40-18 over the Maingles. Tina's playing. She's up against, looks like it's Olivia. Okay, so we saw Olivia. Looks like Tina's going to bank this 9 to open up. Man, oh man, that's pretty confident, huh? Good shot. Look at this. She might not have anything. She's going to have to do another special shot and cut the paint off of this 14. She's really got to, if she's going to just keep firing, I think she wants to. Oh, nope, switch gears. Okay, well, she left a shot at this 2 ball for Olivia. Still got trouble with that 7 and 2, but it's not, game ending. You just got to get good pull on that 2 position. She's got this 4. It's a little bit of back cut. It's a tough shot, opening shot. Got to put a real good stroke on it. Okay, Olivia calls the ball. She's eyeing it now. She calls 4 in the bottom left. Looks like she's trying to roll this ball. Yep. That was a tough shot, especially for an opener. Tina's got this 10 ball that she could get into this 12 ball. She could get into this 10 ball. God, it's, she's got to hit it with inside, but I don't think she needs to use this 14 to try and go into that 10 ball. I think maybe the 12, and if you miss it, you have the 14. I'm sure she knows this. I'm just talking it out in case it happens. But I think she'd get a piece of this on the way out. Nope. I thought she could. Wow, she's over a ball. That's a bad break. Because she could play 14, 13, and roll behind the 10 for this bottom left-hand corner. And now I don't think that works. And I think the 4 is in the way anyway. But even just to bump the 10 out off the 13 is tough now to get that angle. I'm sure she could still pocket the ball. It's just a tough position shot now. Yeah, keep an angle like that and then come back off that rail at that. Come into the cluster off the 13. This is tough. All right, so she don't even want to shoot it. She's looking safe. This is really tough to pull off. Let's see. Yeah, that's tough to block everything there. So being over a ball took away her opportunity to get a good stroke, so she didn't want to shoot it. the safe is not safe. I mean, she did leave long. So Olivia's looking at this 4-ball again. I'm not sure she can't shoot this 2. I think she could cut the 2 in top right-hand corner. You know, it looks like the 2 and 7 would go in the same corner. If she shot the 2 now, I think the 7 backs it up and can go in. But she wants to shoot this 4. I don't know if she thinks that, like, that cluster is helping her, you know, and she don't want to bother those balls, but I would shoot that too. She's taking on the 6, huh? She faked me out. Olivia's got moves. I thought she was going to pull the trigger on that 4 and boop, all of a sudden. I mean, on the 6 and then boop, all of a sudden. I hope she makes this 4. It's driving her crazy. Fire it in. Nope. 6-ball. Great stroke, man. She hit that pure. Wow. That was a pretty stroke. Yeah, I guess if it came down to it, you shoot the 7-2 combo. You know, if it came down to it. Looks like she's trying to get an angle to go one rail and then come across and dive to right where she was standing to get the 2 in the top left-hand corner. I think she was trying to hit that angle. She might have come up too steep and got to reload. She's going to go to the 1-ball, so she's really got something she's after that she wants to take on this shot. Yeah, that was tough. She was trying to get on this combo. Okay. Well, Tina's back at the table. Now she's got the 14 that she was trying to get on, but she's not over the ball. So let's see what she does. See, this 10 doesn't go near. It doesn't come down towards the 4. I think she's got to bust this thing out. Like to clip the 7 on the way out. There you go. That's a great shot, Tina. That's some good cue control. Nice out just on that little shot. So Tina's going to increase the lead for Chop Suey. All right, let's take a check-in on that other table. She's scratching. We'll check back in Here we go. So we have Lonnie once again back up at the table. I'm going to keep calling her Hall of Famer until someone tells me different, and there's no one here to tell me, so she's a Hall of Famer for this match. Last game, she played like a Hall of Famer until that last little end ball, that one little angle she couldn't recover from. But she's breaking. And it looks like Lonnie is going to play Tanya. We haven't seen Tanya yet. I don't think we have. I haven't said Tanya. I'm trying to remember if I've been saying Tanya. No, no Tanyas. Okay, Lonnie with the hammer. Looks like she's digging in, get a piece of a little cut break going. Can see kind of where she's aiming. Big break. Cut break successful. Looks like they're open. That 4 passes. They're wide open. If the 4 passes, the 7 passes. She's got this nice little combo to walk into opening shot. It looks like if she hits her spots, once she finds her pattern, if she hits her spots on the pattern, it's going to be a run out. 8 ball goes in both corner pockets, top and bottom. Looking pretty good. She's going to fool me. She likes the stripes. They ain't bad either. I just don't like that 13. You know? All the other stripes look great. Run out like wild. That 13 is going to change my tune to solids. I think the 4 passes, right? I mean, if the 4 don't pass, then I'm just talking stupid. I just can't see that angle. I wear glasses. Uh-oh. All right. Still got the 9. You know, if she gets straight on the 11, that's one thing. She could fit in the 5-6 gap and cut the 13 top right. But you got to get real good on that 11 to hit that gap. But it's there, you know. She's got something to play for, as they say. Nice shot. You know, she could just blow it up and just knock everything out of there. I don't think she got straight enough. She might have to reconfigure. Still might go at it. I just wish I wish I was straight on this. But she could draw and just hit the 13 out. It's just that now we're moving balls. Good shot. Controlled bump. Excellent shot. You know, I was hoping she could do that with the cue ball, but she got just a little bit bad and had to do it with, you know, coming off the other ball. I think she's got enough to drag this to get on the 10 in the side. I don't think she needs to be ripping it backwards. But she seems kind of straight, but I think maybe she could get it to the right rail, the long rail, and still have the 10. Even though it's straight, you got enough that you could, you know, definitely punch it over. Just looking good. So she had plenty to control it. That's a good shot. 8's tight past the 4. She's taking a peek. It's tight past the 4. Lonnie's going to take another look at everything. You know, she's going to slow it down. You don't want to be messing up these balls and then messing up an out. Not an easy out, but there's an out. You don't want to be messing it up. I don't know. I don't know what she wants to do. But it's definitely off the 10. So 10 ball and then something. I think she's caught in between angles again. 12 ball falls away. Not major, but I'd love to be straight on one of these things. But she's off angle on both. I think she's calling 10 ball. I don't know. I might go 12 just so I know I'm not shooting down towards those balls. Whatever your plan is. Unless you're just slow rolling. Oh, yeah, she is doing the 12. Okay. I thought she called the other ball. You don't want to shoot down towards those balls. One good stroke. Pop back or right back. Oh, put it right where the cue ball is again. No. Okay. Well, we have a challenger. I don't know. That looks like she's got a half a pocket going past the 4. I mean, just me looking at it. Yeah, wow. Look at the cut she's got to make now. Shooting right at the side pocket. It's so thin that she's going to try and go in between the gap of the side pocket and the 8. She might hit the 8. She might have to do something to this ball. I don't know if she could just roll it. I think she might hit the 8. Yeah, she hit the 8. She got lucky if this ball clears. No joke. She gets lucky. If this goes past the 1, it's a great out. But you need a roll there. Good tough shot that she pocketed. I'll tell you, that back cut is terrible. But great shot. I hate those shots. So she thinks it could squeeze by. All right. She snuck it right in there. Wow, that was a tough out. Man, Lonnie grinded that one. But she does get the 8 ball down. Not sure if we got anyone next. Kim's playing Tina. And we are into round number 3. So at the start of round 3, we have 66-32. Chop Suey over Maingles. Kim breaking for the Maingles. Gets in stripe to fall on the side, 9 ball. But there is nothing. If you want to continue with the old stripes, no good. Not even sure you have a shot on the 7. Anyway, it's still open. But this opening shot is look good to stay offensive. So I think she thinks she called a 7, so 7 got room in the side. Okay. Well, just a little undercut. That was a tough shot. Tina's going to come in and blast these things a little bit open off the 11. She blasts and blasts and blasts. Okay, they open up pretty good. This could lead to a run out right here. Now one shot opens up, and that's enough for Tina. Whoa, I sharked her. Or I jinxed her. She had an open table. Maybe a little quick, but got away with it, I think. I think she might have got away with it. I don't know if Kim has the 7 past the 1 up the corner. I think she does. Okay. I don't think it's a scratch unless she goes and draws on it. But a follow, I think she could float it down bottom right corner. She has the 5, but I think that 5 is bottom left corner. That cut, I don't think you want to take on. Would have to draw. Might scratch. This shot is good to get. You get a couple balls after that. So 5 ball, and you're going to have to draw. She just rolls it, because if she just rolls it, I think it's a scratch. Nope. Okay. Good shot. Nice shot. Okay, gets that ball down. She has a nice angle on this 2 to go blasting on the 3 ball. I think that 3 ball you got to go get. She's got a good angle at it. I mean, she's going to make a tough 1 ball. Might as well make the tough 2 ball that gets you paid. But you got a nice 2 ball angle to kind of go and get into that 3, see what develops. But if you wait to the last minute, there we go. I like it. I hope she really strokes this. A nice pop, move some balls. Okay, she tried to get in there. Just a little chunky, but great idea. She had the right angle. Proper shot. Good thinking. I think Tina's going to be able to sneak this 12 down past the 13 to start on the run again. She had a run, missed it, but this one could start it all up again. So she's going to draw. Just trying to see how she comes off the 2 if she draws. I don't even think you got to draw. Just hit it, you know. There you go. Nice shot. Nice shot. $15 in the side. You want to just control your movement of the furniture. There you go. Maybe no side, but she's got the 10 for the corner. Kind of falls funny because shooting the 14, she's going to fall off angle on the 10 to get back on the 13. Like she'll be shooting towards the 1 where she would rather be where the cue ball is. Like let's say the 14, what is the cue ball? That's the angle she wants coming in on the 10. But she can't get there. You know, she can't hold shooting the 14 and hold it there. So she's got to come all the way around to try and get the angle to get over from the other side. Wow, this is going to be a nice shot. It's speed control. It falls natural. She'll get her rails and she'll get her angle. Speed control. She'd rather go this way. I thought she was coming all the way around the way she was pointing at it. She should have, because she's straight on this 13. Wow. She's got an angle, but she's got to come to the bottom rail. It's a nice, she'll be all right, but it's a stroke shot and with control. It's missable because you could hit this ball, and if you don't have a good stroke, kind of hit it chunky, and then the ball, it doesn't respond the way you want. So with a good smooth follow stroke, even with a tad of, let's see, where's she standing? Top left. She'll be able to, just turn a little bit towards the 10, help her out. But it's a smooth stroke. If you're choppy, the cue ball gets stuck up here. She's really winding up. She's all top ball. I would help her with a little left. See, she hit it with 12. She was all 12. I said a little bit of left so it could, move off that rail. She's going to the air. Wow. Tina could do it all. She's getting a jump cue. It's a tough jump. But I guess if you get over it, got a shot. She hit it good. She had the speed. She just didn't have she needed a little turn. She needed a little help with a little English. Because I thought, she really powered into it, but she was just all top ball, high ball. Ooh. Gets over, makes contact, and clicks off the ball. She says, I saw that. Kim comes to the table, ball in hand. And 4 balls, I think she could. I like her to get out. Her team could use it. Team's down 76-37. She's going to start out with this 6 ball. I don't know if she should be, might want to shoot that 2 first. She's going to fall into that angle anyway. Oh, there's side easy. Wow. A little overcooked.
Ticket number is 691-971. The lucky winner is Nat. We'll go ahead. Nat Burrows. So you can pick up the prize at another custom cues. He has a winning ticket for Matt.
Believe it or not, I think she's only could see the 2 ball to cut it in. This will be sweet. Well, she had the 4. Great shot. I didn't think she could see it, man. She caught a tough roll here. Man, making a shot like that, that could have got paid. I don't know if she's going to go shooting here. Maybe she start, safe here. Got a nice safe. Try and tuck the ball between the 3 and 8, Use the 3 and 8 as a wall. Kim is calling safe. That is a nice controlled shot. Excellent shot, Kim. Excellent shot. I don't even think Tina could shoot right at it. I'm not sure she even has an edge. It looks close. Almost looks straight line. So maybe we have to go to the top rail. And so she's kicking top rail. So she's going to go get it from behind. She must have an edge. Oh, she's trying to freeze the ball up. All right. Going to make Tina earn it. I'm sorry. Kim earn it. Yeah, no, make Tina earn it. Kim is. So the shot here for Kim is to take ball in hand, shoot this 2 or whatever that is, right where she's standing. Take the ball and shoot it dead in the face, and you put her 12 ball or whatever that is down on that bottom rail. You keep her behind that ball over here. What is that? Is that 2 ball? Danny, help me out. My eyes ain't bad. Can you look at that table and tell me what you were looking at? What's over here on that side rail? Just tell me. Just say the number. That's
The 8 ball.
No, the other side.
On the right?
Yes, sir. Forget
That's
it.
the 2 ball.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks.
As,
Yeah, thanks. Ruined everything.
I was over right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. But if she took and just used the 2 and popped the 12 or the 10 down to where the chalk is, Tina's up against it. I know she's up against it here. But you free your ball up doing that. She's going to be able to do it again, maybe, if Tina misses it. Yeah. So now Tina could be in big trouble, right? If you see it, Kim, turn around and hit that 2 right there. Put the cue down. So that's what I would like to see her do. Put the cue down right there. Smack that 10 down table with your 2 ball. And just, hide her. And this way she can't do nothing. So, Kim, when you see this stream, remember this shot. Yeah. She sees it now. Good, man. That's pool thinking. I love it. She didn't see this, but now she does. And that's what it's all about. Use that noggin. Find the good shot. But hit it. Just hit it. Get it down there. Okay. Perfect. That's even better. Excellent. Good shot, Kim. Good pool. Good noggin, as they say. Tina's got a 1 rail kick it. She's going to cream it, hoping she catches it, and then it banks over to the top left. She's got to smack this ball. Oof. Okay. So now Kim's got her ball open. So it really paid off. She kept going off of that 3, hoping she kicked it. Now we're in business. Almost looks like she's pointing herself, you know. All right. Little straight. I do think she has an angle to fall towards the 8, but it looks like it's pinned straight. Meaning you might have to take a tough, long 8 and get that 8 ball on the bottom right. Or top right, I'm sorry. But I think this is super straight. She's got to roll up and try and cut down the angle. Yeah, that's all she had pretty much, I think. All right. She squared up on the bank, man. This thing could go pure. I think she can't roll it. I think she's got to hit this ball either middle bowl or below it. I don't think she should be messing around with any sort of follow on this shot. Sting it. Yahtzee. So that follow, I think if she hit it draw, it goes. Because that foul is going to release that ball. These tables, you know, they stretch to banks. You want them to stay on line, you got to hit them with either speed or draw. Well, Tina's got a regular old tester here. If you make it, you win. It's a tough cut, but it's just a routine, smooth back and forth. Go across in between your side pockets. I won't be trying to draw, follow, nothing. Go one long rail to the other long rail and see what happens. She overcut it. Wow. And that's a tough miss. Not completely out of woods with Kim. She's got her back cut. All these back cuts are tough. But the object to the cue ball distance is short, so you can really focus on it. Everything's in your line of vision. Real up close and personal. You can hit that spot and focus. Wow, she spiked in an easy cue ball. Easy cue ball. That was a great battle. Man, Kim, yeah. Tina's saying I dogged it. Not sure, but that was a tough shot. Might have felt like you dogged it, but that was a tough shot. So, Kim gets the Maingles, a much-needed win. While they're waiting to see, well, Danielle's right up the bat, so we're going to stay here. Let's get our scores updated. And once again, you can find us at Omega Billiards TV on YouTube and Facebook. Not that you don't already know it because you're watching it. It's just that you could also come back here and find the videos to watch later at a later time. But our scores updated, 92-52. Still here in round number 3. We got Danielle playing Kristen. Or Chris, she likes to be called. So Chris and Danielle. Danielle going straight up at this one ball. Kind of missed it. She kind of missed hitting it square. Came off an edge a little bit. So it's a dry break and a whole lot of clutter. Maybe it's not that easy just to cut in the corner. Chris is going to shoot stripes. She banks it. I think it's going to stay up. Yep. Never kind of turned down towards the pocket. So the table's still open for Danielle. Stripes are starting to squeak out. Stripes are starting to develop some sort of pattern. Maybe you could get there. Maybe cut the 9 in the side, start it up. If you want to stay stripes. I like stripes. If I could make the 9, I would like stripes. Fire the 9 in the side. Move some furniture. So she's going 9 in the side. I think you got to hit this as hard as you can, but stay accurate. Oh, okay. So the table is still open. Okay, finally we got something established. We have stripes. Chris is gonna. I don't know if that one ball is frozen on the, not the one, but that stripe back there. That 12 ball. It's frozen on the 3. Looks like a steep cut on the 13 coming. Maybe move a little furniture. Okay, moves them a little. Or they're starting to wiggle away. Leaves a tough 9. It does fall on some sort of, you know, if you could draw. If you draw, you might draw right into the hole. Shot. She overcooked the 11 to go into the pack. She wanted that angle to try and pocket the 11, go off the long rail. But no good. It looks like it might be able to cross-side bank to where she's standing, like turn it backwards, but I don't know if that four don't look in a way. It might be the angle. She's going to have to resort to, I guess, a safe 2 rails, roll her into the pack, like one pocket. Look at her. Yeah, 2 rails, put her in the pack. Wow, that's like a 1-pocket shot. Pretty good shot. You know, if anything, it limits her to 1 ball. You know, only 1 option. That was a good shot. But Danielle has a shot to just fire this 3 in and just move this stuff out. If you hit it hard, I'm telling you, you're going to see a run out develop. Some sort of pattern will open up. But safety, safety. So I think she's going to try and maybe bank it cross side. I don't know if she called it, but it's on. Bank the 12, I mean. All right, she gave it an attempt. She tried to do it. Another little sneaky little leave that she left. She's watching that cue ball. But I don't want to go too far with this one, Danielle. Good shot. That's smart pool. I think Chris got to do her best to try and hit this 15 and draw back to where cue ball is. You know, try and square up on it and try and dig in. I know she don't want to break stuff up, but you got to break stuff up in order to run out on that 15. She's kicking at it. Whoa. Kicking at something else. Okay. Okay. That's risky business right there. You give up ball in hand right there, you might not see the table again. Wow. Risky business. And it's not the best, right? Look at, you left shots. She could have controlled everything, but she don't want to break that stuff up. She's going to leave it up to Danielle. But Danielle might have it right here with this 5. It's close. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's sitting on 6. Yeah, she couldn't move that too much. It was too straight to get into the pack. I said, sitting on a 6 now, yeah. She'll be all right. She's got a... Ooh. Okay, okay. A little quick there. Not the end of the world. At this point in the game, Chris is in trouble. No shot, and she's running out of soldiers. I know you think it's best to get them all down, but it's not good to make balls if you ain't got a pattern. If there's no out, you don't want to shoot yourself into a box. Just don't want to make balls to make balls. Make balls to look for your runouts, and if you don't get there, then you look safe. But try and get these patterns. Bust them up. It's tough to play that cluster game. It's tough to play and try and pick out these balls in that cluster game, and at the same time try and protect the other guy or other lady from not seeing a shot. So I like this. You got to get an angle on that 7, but, straight angle works. All right. Well, that was a good stroke. Danielle fired that one in. A little power. That was good. But now she could use the 3 as a breakup because she could shoot the 3 in the top right and get into the pack. Like if she stopped the 7 and 7 ball was the cue ball, she could get into that angle. Looks like she's pretty straight on this ball. Okay, she rips it. So that's real nice. So she's perfect, right? Stop shot. Maybe you get an angle. And you could go into the 3 and get into the pack. That's a nice setup. Danielle got good on this ball. Yeah. Awesome. Clean pool. Good shot. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a real tough 6 ball. Not the shot, the hit. the stroke to apply on this is so, you know, you do that little short thing, you know, like you don't hit it and then you kind of hit it, you know, like it's a tough. Straight on, it's tough. If you got an angle, okay, you shoot away from it, but this head on stuff, man, you could keep it. She had the angle. She just tried to bump instead of break stuff out. I mean, she had a good angle to really separate. Okay, here we go. 6 ball. So she's got a little bit of an angle. Look at this nice shot. Ooh. That would have been sweet. Straight in 2. The right shot is the 11. It's the harder shot just because it seems longer. But I think the 11 is the right shot. Now, you could shoot the 15 and still get out. But the right shot, I think, is the 11. And you just got to come with it. Fired it in. There you go. A little unfortunate to be sitting on top of this ball, but we're still at the table, and it's a doable shot. It's just a tougher bridge. So don't get caught down there. Fire this ball and clear everything. Don't be rolling. Perfect pull. Clear. Good shot. Well, she fired that, you know, that clutch shot in. That's a clutch shot. But it should get the win. 12 ball. And whoa. Okay. So she rolls into dead pin straight. Split the pocket. So that was a real good shot by Chris, and it pushes the lead for Chop Suey. We're going to take a peek at this next table. Main screen. Let's just take a look. Yeah, maybe they called it quits. I'm not sure. But they started kissing and hugging like it was, you know, good to see you. All right, let's cut back to that. Oh, they need 1. Okay, so we'll be all right. Let's go back to number 2. Can you give me back the main screen? All right, so we got a final score. Chop Suey's going to finish up 102.57. Pretty much shut out the 5th round on the Maingles. But congratulations, they shot really strong. We'll be checking to see if we got another match. You know how to find us, Facebook and YouTube, Omega Billiards TV. I am Scott Simonetti, and thank you for listening. That was an excellent match, and I'm going to let Daniel take you out.
Thanks, Scott. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching Omega Billiards TV coverage of the VNEA World Pool Championships. Thank you guys for tuning in.